bit of everything. Maybe not as dark, but crossing borders. Paolo came to America from Italy to study the hospitality industry. He lived in a small college town, wrote policies and procedures for vegan restaurants, and researched brands of paper towels. Paolo missed his wife, her hands covered in flour, the breakfasty smell of her hair, her pink dress, the one she wore to church on Sundays. Paolo also missed other women in church. They wore pink too. Paolo missed home cooking, the tiny pillows of ravioli drowning in bubbling marinara sauce. He missed his wife's breasts, white and smooth like ravioli. In America, Paolo didn't go to church on Sundays, but he went out to bars every Saturday. I need to research, he told himself, looking in the mirror, smoothing his hair. In a bar, Paolo looked for a woman, although he was afraid of his wife and God and didn't like the women in bars. They reminded Paolo of commercial refrigerators, big, cold, and square. Still, every Saturday, Paolo would walk up to a woman and say, "Ciao, Bella." Women looked at his shoes, the color of latte, shrugged, and walked away. A year passed by. God, thought Paolo, I've not sinned for 1 year, and I feel more like a sinner than I ever did before. 1 week before graduation, Paolo flew to San Diego for a restaurant management convention. On Saturday night, Paolo went out to a nightclub to research. Women in San Diego wore tight jeans and showed lots of sun-tanned skin. Paolo liked them. God, he thought, Pietà, please help me to sin a little bit. He wandered from one room to another until the club closed. San Diego got dark and dead. Paolo raised his fist to the skies and cried, God, not fair! I cannot to sleep because I cannot to sleep in myself anymore. Show me a miracle or I will doubt. And as soon as he said this, a yellow cab drove from around the corner. Party, sir? Asked the driver, his white teeth and the whites of his eyes shining in the dark. Drinks, girls, Tijuana, Mexico. Si, yes, said Paolo. But what to do? My visa is to expire. I am not for too sure, and... You'll be fine, said the driver. You'll have fun. Just go. And Paolo went. The cab dropped him by a concrete building. Paolo walked inside and down a long empty corridor and then on a bridge, up and down and up again, through a labyrinth, and he was afraid of God and his wife, and he crossed the border. Outside, salsa played in the sultry air. A yellow cab waited for him. It drove slowly down the dirty street. Giant cockroaches zoomed by and smashed into the windshield. The smell of fried pork hovered over the town. Party, said the driver. Club? Drunken teens smoked outside, their golden teeth sparkling. Paolo sat at the bar, and a bold bartender brought him warm rum and Pepsi. A very short woman sat down next to him. Her red leather dress crinkled and crawled up her thigh as she crossed her legs. Paolo inhaled her sharp scent, fried pork, orchids, and something raw, rotten even maybe, like in a butcher aisle at a farmer's market. His eyes ran from the beads of sweat glistening on her temple to a gentle smudge of mustache above her red lips, to a dark shadow between her breast and back to the coffee-dark naked thigh. She looked like a chili pepper, shiny, plump, and dangerous. He sighed and said, "Ciao, Bella." The woman fixed her small, closely set black eyes on Paolo's eyes and stared without blinking. There was no sparkle in those eyes. yet they were alive and twitching like spiders. His mouth went dry and his throat closed, but he held her stare. She cocked her head to her bare shoulder, her messy black curls covering the eyes, licked her lips, smiled. Her mouth was crooked, her teeth were sharp and yellow, and jumped on the table. Bow-legged, thick-hipped, she wore boots above her knee, red, glossy, with spiky heels. She reached her small hand to him, laughing. He grabbed it. It felt hotter than a boiling pot of spaghetti he had once touched in his mother's kitchen, and she pulled him up, and the world around him went spinning. In the middle of this new world stood a wooden table, and Paula and the woman in red danced on the table. The bar, the crowd, the smoke and salsa orbited around them. He had never danced like that before. He didn't know what his legs or arms were doing, or where his head was, or where he stopped and the red leather, smooth hot skin and oily black hair began, or what the hot and salty liquid running down his eyelids was. The smell of fried pork, orchids, and something raw, sick, seeped through his skin into his brain. Faster and faster, and went and faster and faster, and then it all stopped. Paula woke up. He was on a wild beach, naked. The woman in red curled next to him, asleep, her plump arm tucked under her head, yellow in the morning sun. She looks like a taco, thought Paula, spooning her and pressing his crotch into her soft hips. She didn't move, so he rose on his elbow, peeked into her face, and pushed her black tousled hair away from her eyes. A sharp hairpin slit his skin open. Paula winced and licked salty blood off her fingertip and reached again to kiss the girl, looked close and, Mamma mia! It wasn't a hairpin. It was a horn, like a baby chili pepper, shiny, pointed, the size of a thumb. It stuck out from her oily hair. He looked and saw another horn on the other side of her head, pressed into the inside of her forearm. The woman half smiled in her sleep, and Paula saw yellow crooked teeth, sharp as knives. Something heavy and hot slapped his thigh. He jumped on his feet. A red rubbery tail stuck out from underneath her dress. She opened her eyes, and he saw that they were not black. They were burning green with narrow red pupils. She sat down and licked her dry, cracked lips. Smoke and fire came out of her mouth. No, cried Paula, you're a devil. I must go to Italy. I must to finish my study. I must to see my wife. Your visa has expired, answered the devil. Her voice boomed like a furnace, a strange accent and a wheeze of an old smoker. Your study is pointless, and your wife is a manipulative bitch. All women are. Forget it. The real life is here, in the streets of Tijuana. Stay. We will dance all night. We will drink rum and Pepsi. We will sleep on the beach, and you will never get old or die. No, said Paula. Everyone gets old. Everyone dies. And I don't like rum. I like vodka. Look at me, said the devil, and her yellow skin glowed beautifully in the sun. I'm thousands of years old, and I have not a wrinkle. I'm Jewish, and I eat pork. I am married, and I'm here with you. Come on, Paula, for once in your miserably normal life, don't lie to yourself. Admit it. You are dying to stay in Tijuana with me and sin. Help me, God, answered Paula. Go away, devil. I want to be good. Why? Asked the devil. Because you are evil, and I will not sell my soul to you. What is evil? Said the devil, shrugging. What is good? What is soul? And who has the money? I want to go back home to Italy to my wife, screamed Paula. And as soon as he said it, a tsunami crashed upon the shore, caught Paula and carried him all the way back home, safe and sound. Ciao, Paolo, said his wife, a ladle in her hand. You're home. Paolo saw a tiny ravioli slipping off the ladle into the steaming pot, and the round arm covered in flour. I'm home, he said. Arrivederci, Paola, said the devil on the beach, shaking sand out of her boot. To hell with you.